everyone, so this is my review of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 4, Episode 2, called Meet the New Boss. And basically what this episode is about is Daisy sort of goes into battle against Ghost Rider, and Coulson finally has to face the new boss and figure out that this new boss has sort of this weird kind of agenda, I guess. And this was a okay episode. It definitely was like all the other shows I watched this week, where the episode really was not as great as I was expecting it to be, and it kind of was pretty boring. I did really like the scene, or I guess scenes, where Daisy is going up against Robbie, and she's trying to like have this whole backstory with Robbie to try and convince why she's there at the auto shop to all the other workers there. But I like the fact that Robbie was just not going along with it at all. And I did really like the sort of final fight scene near the end of this scene with Robbie going up against Daisy. That was awesome, but just overall that whole scene just kind of seemed to really kind of drag on longer than I felt it should have. The ghosts, as I'm going to call them, were really kind of confusing to me, because they didn't really have a purpose for being there or a reason for being there or really anything. There was nothing really explained about them in this episode. They just kind of popped up and were there and expecting us to go along with it, but it made no sense in my mind whatsoever, like why they're there or anything. And all that was really explained for their backstory was, okay, these ghosts hate Lucy and they hate this weird book that they keep talking about. But why do they hate Lucy the ghost, and why do they hate this book, and why, and all this stuff, and why are they here? And why are they the way they are? None of that's really explained. They're just kind of there, and we have to deal with it. And I didn't really like that at all. I did really like the team up between Mac and Fitz and them going out on a mission together. That was really fun, especially once it finally got to the scene where Mac and Fitz finally meet up with Daisy. And sort of all the stuff is revealed, and Fitz finally shares his feelings with Daisy of that she's not really dealing with all this stuff on her own. Everyone's dealing with this, so she should not be alone, but he also doesn't really want her there for the fact that she decided to go alone. And all this stuff that was kind of confusing, but I kind of understood it. I just overall really liked all those moments with Fitz and Mac and them talking. And I'm kind of curious to see how Daisy's gonna feel now that all this stuff is kind of revealed onto her. I actually really like the new director. He seems alright, and I'm kind of curious to see how he's gonna do in all this area, because he is such a different character from everyone else in the group. But also because of that fact, I don't feel like he's gonna live that long, because it kind of is a thing to have Coulson as the director, but I also kind of don't want this new director to go away, because I really like him because he is different from the rest of the group. And then all the scenes with May were really kind of interesting, with the fact of this weird thing with the ghosts like slowly taking over her mind and driving her crazy. It was really done well, and I really enjoyed it. And I kind of can't wait to see what's going to happen with her now that she's kind of completely insane. But once again, it is a thing with the ghosts, so it's not really explained why she's insane or how to fix it or any of this stuff, which bugs me, but it is how it is, and hopefully the next episode explains it. Then again, with the ending of Ghost Rider and Daisy, where they kind of sort of team up, I guess, is again really confusing because it involves the ghosts, and Ghost Rider's like, oh yeah, this is all my fault, but why is it your fault? It's not really explained. And that really, really bugs me, like I've been saying. So there's all these moments involving these ghosts that it's not really explained, so it's not well done, and it's confusing, and I just don't like it. But I do have to say, overall, I did somewhat of like this episode. It was interesting to watch, but there are all these confusing moments involving the ghosts that bugged me so much that I can't say that I enjoyed this episode. It was just interesting to watch. So yeah, that's my review of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 4, Episode 2, called Meet the New Boss. So yeah,